Hey everyone, Brandon here. Today's video, I want to talk about making better decisions because I feel like a lot of people get stuck in this little problem, right? Where they're not sure what decision to make, or if they make a decision, it always seems to be the worst decision that they could have made, or at least it seems that way. So I wanna break down making a decision, not procrastinating, because I feel like procrastination is something a lot of people really fall into, especially people that aren't used to making a decision without asking for approval. And I feel like asking for approval is only good sometimes, depending on who you're asking for approval. But at the end of the day, I truly believe that making a decision shouldn't be as hard as people really truly make it. I mean, it could go as far as what do you want to eat, and the whole, or whoever you're around, everybody's trying to make a decision, and then it takes that one person to go, oh, let's just do this, and then everybody follows along, right? Well, I like looking at that and going, okay, why is it so easy for certain people to make a decision, and some people just do not know what to do when it comes to making a decision? So, number one, I feel like you have to be focused. You have to be so focused in on life, and understanding who you are and what you're doing. So just be aware, right? Be more aware. Be more aware of who you are and what it is that you're exactly going to be. And I mean, the way to be more aware is to start researching based off of past decisions that you've made. If you've made decisions that have really put you in a bind or in a situation, don't dismiss what you did to get yourself there. Go into it and really dive deep into the decisions that you've made that placed you in those places, right? And come to an understanding that it might not have been a bad idea to make the decision because of now being aware why you made that decision. It helps to break down and really put that into a more of a strategy, right? To becoming more aware of your surroundings and of who you are and the people you're hanging out with. And really, to break that down, you wanna get rid of friends, right? Get rid of friends that are really just a negative source around you. It really helps to think clearly when you don't have friends just always like, hey, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, and really influencing you to do things that you really don't want to do, but you do it because they're your friends, right? Also, I feel like, maybe you need to change your environment. Right? Change your environment, because I mean, without a clear environment, which means maybe the place you're living, or a change of scenery. If you know that you're feeling stuck in a certain situation, maybe it would be okay to change things up, and instead of staying right where you are. Some people are trying to make a decision, right? Trying to make these decisions, but they don't know where to go with that decision because they keep running into the same problem over and over and over again. And sometimes you have a problem, but the solution doesn't come as easy because you've been stabbing at the same thing over and over again and not approaching it differently. You're approaching the situation in the same way over and over and over again, hoping it works the second time, hoping it works the third time, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh. And it doesn't work that way. You got to go from the problem. You can see this, yeah, problem, right, and your solution, sometimes you have to stab at it in different directions, right, to truly understand how you're going to get to that solution. And sometimes it's easier to go clear your mind. So by changing your environment and getting out, going and doing something completely off topic, not even focused on this. Don't focus on the problem all the time. That's what a lot of people do, and that's what causes them to get so stuck in the mindset that they're in, is because they're always stabbing at the problem or always stressing on the problem, and they're not so much thinking about this, right? The solution. You need to focus more of your energy on a solution than worrying about the problem. And I know that sounds really, really weird, but at the end of the day, these right here can be the problems, right? These can cause a lot of problems. So when you have one big problem, it's hard to focus on the solution when all of this stuff is playing into the problem, right? And so, make sure to get out. Or if you're focused on something and you just can't figure it out, get away from it. Get away from it and go do something completely different. And this solution will be easier to find when you come back to it. Promise. And so the second thing you really want to look at is, blocking out chaos, right? Block out your chaos. And the reason why is because we have tons of chaos in our lives, and sometimes we need structure, and the only way to block chaos out is to structure your day. Structure what it is that you're going to do. You'll know how to make a decision because you already know what you're doing for the day, right? So when you wake up or before you go to bed, write out a list. Write out a list of things to do for the day, for the next day. Having a clear idea of what you're going to do is extremely important, I mean, you could start with knowing that what time you're gonna wake up, what you're gonna do at this time, and even if you're in the middle of it, again, okay? Even if you're in the middle of doing one of your activities here on the list, and you don't have to actually do all of them, it's just having the structure there, and again, doing all of them is really, really cool, and you should congratulate yourself if you actually follow through on all of the things that you put on your list before your day starts, because it's all about understanding the structure of your day, and it also gives you a reason to go, man, I didn't do that, and that should be going back into be more aware of why, right? Be more aware of why you didn't follow through on those things. Pinpoint it. Get really dig in deep with what stopped you from doing that. Was it your own mind telling you, oh, well, I can put it off, and that's called procrastination, right? And you can be the king or queen of procrastination when you have these thoughts coming into your head saying, I don't want to do this right now. I'm going to put it off till 2:30. But the thing is, with a list, at 2:30 you have X, right? You have something going on, and you should keep your day completely busy. If you can't structure your day out to where you can have per hour, right? You need to structure your day out every single half hour. You shouldn't have any space, whether you're eating, whether you're going and doing something. You should have something you're doing every 30 minutes. Don't leave time to do really nothing, okay? Because the problem with clarity is a lot of people want to be lazy, right? And laziness comes from putting things off, not wanting to do things, or I deserve time off. And it's like, look, if you haven't changed any of this, then you're already setting yourself up for failure. So if you're asking yourself why you're in a situation and you can't get out, it's probably because you keep putting things off, and now you're creating more chaos. And you shouldn't be creating this chaos. You should literally just structure out your day. Right? So, number 4, you wanna really just kind of place this into action. You wanna take these simple little things and you want to place it into action, right? Remember, this is number 3. Place all of this into action. And the reason why I'm focusing on such a small spectrum of little things to work on is because, you know, a lot of people are just now realizing they need to start changing their lives, and there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions of, what do I do next? How do I do this? Well, I just want you to focus on a small amount of things right now and truly follow through on them before you start moving into more extreme things. Because, again, the more your life becomes successful, the harder it gets. And don't believe that, you know, the moment that you change and your life changes doesn't mean you will be better, right? And that is why I always say practice doesn't make perfect. Like, perfect doesn't exist. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes better. Because every day of our lives, we're striving to be better. We should always be striving to be better. If you think you know it all, if you think that you have it all figured out, then you might actually be the problem, right? And you're questioning yourself, and you're watching this video because you do question yourself. And these decisions, right? To make better decisions, if you just would to structure your day out, block out this chaos. The only way to block that chaos is to start practicing. Start practicing these methods piece by piece. If you want me to make a video on structuring, and I might just do this anyways, on how to structure your day and to really take advantage of structuring your day, I'll go ahead and make a video of that. Just leave it down in the comments. Let me know if you want to see that. If you guys have anything else that you guys would like to see, just leave a comment, and I would like to make a video on it to help you out or help anybody else out. If you have something that you think I could make a video on to help other people, definitely leave a comment below, because I would love to see what you guys have to say. So talk to you later.